Oh, buckle up, because what I'm about to spill isn't just another tabloid fluff piece. It's the kind of story that makes jaws drop and eyes pop. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, the woman who's been endlessly painted as the Hollywood girl-turned-princess, may have been hiding a truth so explosive it could shatter everything she's built. And guess what? The whispers aren't coming from strangers or bitter columnists, they're coming straight from her own bloodline. Yes, you heard that right. A cousin, Sean Johnson, who until now lived quietly in the shadows, has stepped forward. He's not someone you'd see sitting pretty in royal photos or mingling at grand weddings. He's the one family member Meghan seemed desperate to erase from her glossy narrative, but now he's done keeping quiet. And here's the kicker. Sean isn't talking about family reunions or reconciliation. He isn't even begging for acknowledgement. No, darling. Sean's story is about something much darker, something Meghan has allegedly tried to bury her entire life. Sean Johnson claims, wait for it, that he and Meghan had more than just a cousinly bond when they were teenagers. According to him, things went way beyond innocent flirting. He even suggests Meghan ended up pregnant during those years, and whispers say he might be the father. Can you imagine the Duchess of Sussex carrying a secret love child in her teens? It sounds like a soap opera, but the people close to Meghan swear it's not fiction. Now let's rewind to the cracks in her relationship with her father, Thomas Markle. Remember when teenage Meghan brushed him off in a clip saying, "We're not speaking"? At the time, people wrote it off as teen drama, but insiders now claim it was bigger than that. It was about secrets, maybe even about keeping him from exposing the pregnancy. And Sean? He never once denied the pregnancy when questioned. People pointed out her rounded belly in old photos, and his reply wasn't, "No, you've got it wrong." Instead, he just smirked, saying, "That's me standing next to her in the picture." Oh, honey, that silence was no accident. It was calculated. Adding fuel to this bonfire is a longtime friend of Meghan's. This friend, who spoke under anonymity, compared Meghan and Sean's entanglement to the drama we all saw with Jada Pinkett Smith. Messy, complicated, and definitely not just a fling. And here's the bombshell. According to this source, Meghan was allegedly paying Sean hush money for years. Payments, darling. Cold, hard cash to keep him quiet. But when those payments stopped, boom, the whispers began spilling out. And the rumors don't stop at just a pregnancy. Oh no. They go as far as suggesting the baby was born and its whereabouts? Still unknown. Sean has teased just enough, hinting that the child wasn't hidden away in Colorado like many believed. No. He claims it's somewhere else entirely, though he's keeping that detail locked away, ready to drop it if things heat up. Let me tell you, it doesn't stop here. Remember Meghan's interview with Chrissy Teigen years ago? Some fans now rewatch that footage and swear she looked smug, proud even, when she joked about keeping big secrets hidden for years. At the time, it seemed cheeky, but now, people think she was secretly smirking about this very scandal. And then comes the royal layer to this already messy cake. Out of nowhere, Emma Greda, a woman tied to Hollywood and the Kardashians, suddenly pops up as an ambassador for King Charles's trust. But before that, Emma had Meghan on her podcast. Oh honey, royal appointments don't just fall out of the sky. They take years of vetting. So why was someone from Meghan's circle suddenly embraced by Charles himself? The theory? A trade-off. Charles needed Meghan's PR firestorm cooled down, and Meghan needed the royal stamp of legitimacy to shield her. Emma became the middle ground, a way for both sides to scratch each other's backs. But if you listen to that podcast episode, you know it wasn't all smooth sailing. It was awkward, filled with weird praise and veiled digs at the royal family. People couldn't decide if it was staged damage control or another of Meghan's messy plays. Then you've got Netflix's Ted Sarandos entering the picture. Remember when he praised Meghan for wearing $20 shoes? Critics tore him apart because, hello, Meghan has always flaunted designer brands. But here's the twist. King Charles himself awarded Sarandos with an honorary OBE. Can you believe that? The very man Meghan and Harry have publicly battled ends up rewarding Netflix's boss who funds their projects. It reeks of shady royal diplomacy. Some say it was all about keeping Meghan's media empire afloat in exchange for silence. But not everyone in the royal camp is keeping calm. At a recent event, Charles gave a speech and Prince William, he didn't even bother pretending to clap. He sat down mid-speech, staring directly at the camera. Royal protocol broken. Translation? Broken. A power move. William was showing the world, "I'm the future, not my father." The tension is boiling and Meghan's name just keeps floating in the middle of it all. And don't even get me started on Queen Camilla, caught on video gently pushing Catherine, Princess of Wales, out of the room during an event. Whether it was irritation or power play, everyone noticed. The cracks within the family are showing, and Meghan's shadow looms over every move. And as if the royal chaos wasn't enough, Meghan's old friends are now piping up too. One casually revealed that Meghan's first real experience was with someone surprising, hinting straight back to Sean Johnson. When asked if it was serious, she didn't even flinch. She said, "Yeah, I'd call it serious." At this point, the whispers about a teenage pregnancy have evolved into a full-blown storm. Conspiracies swirl, with fans digging into adoption clinics and obscure boarding schools, desperate to piece together the puzzle. Now, just when you thought this Meghan saga couldn't get any darker, the spotlight shifts to her mother, Doria Ragland. Oh yes, the whispers about Meghan's bloodline don't end with Sean Johnson. Rumors have resurfaced about Doria's own family history, and it's messy enough to make royal courtiers clutch their pearls. The claim? Doria may be the product of an incestuous union between half-siblings. Let that sink in. If true, it means Meghan's maternal line is tangled in controversy long before she ever set foot in Buckingham Palace. And let's be honest, royals live and breathe lineage. Their entire identity is about bloodlines and image. Can you imagine the horror in those palace halls if this rumor ever got verified? Explosive doesn't even begin to cover it. But even with all this swirling around, Meghan stays silent. No denials, no fiery lawsuits, no cease and desist letters flying around tabloids. And darling, in gossip land, silence is never golden, it's suspicious. Her silence only makes the whispers grow louder. Sean Johnson drops vague comments like, "Not Colorado," when asked about the child's whereabouts. Friends refuse to deny the pregnancy. Meghan herself has been caught smirking about her secrets. Every piece is falling together like a puzzle she desperately wanted scattered. And then enters Trevor Engelson, Meghan's ex-husband. Remember him? Their split was already juicy. He mailed her wedding ring back after she ditched him post-Suits fame. But now, an old article has resurfaced where Trevor allegedly claimed Meghan had a hysterectomy and that it strained their marriage. Let's pause there. If Meghan had a hysterectomy before marrying Prince Harry, how on earth did she naturally conceive Archie and Lilibet? That's the uncomfortable question making the rounds. The conspiracy? Those children might not biologically be hers. Surrogacy, adoption, or something else entirely. The theories are multiplying faster than palace staff can squash them. And then, as if fate wanted to stir the pot more, an old clip popped up online. Meghan, visibly stiff, being asked about her father, Thomas Markle. She brushes it off coldly with, "We're not speaking." At the time, people thought it was petty family drama. But now fans wonder if Thomas knew about the teenage pregnancy, or worse, if he knew about the child's fate. Was their estrangement really about tabloid interviews? Or was Thomas holding Meghan's darkest secret in his hands? The royals have survived scandals for centuries, from abdications to affairs, but this is different. This isn't about politics or media. It's not about Meghan versus the palace. It's about Meghan versus her own past. And that's a battle no title, no Netflix deal, no glossy Vogue cover can fully erase. And what about the so-called Colorado misdirection? For years, people speculated that if Meghan's secret child existed, Colorado was the hiding spot, far from Hollywood, far from Windsor. But now Sean dismisses that entirely. "Not Colorado," he teased. One cryptic comment, and suddenly the internet is on fire, combing through records, adoption agencies, and old boarding school registers. The theory now? The child may have been hidden in a completely different state, or even overseas. The mystery deepens. Meanwhile, King Charles continues to play his quiet chess game, honoring Netflix's Ted Sarandos, backing Emma Grede, keeping Meghan tethered just close enough to the institution. But Prince William? His icy glare at his father's speech told us everything. He's had enough. To William, Meghan represents chaos. And if this secret daughter story ever explodes, it could scorch the monarchy just as he prepares to take the throne. And Queen Camilla, her subtle shove of Catherine out of a room may have been nothing. Or it may have been a glimpse of just how fractured the royal dynamic really is. Because behind every polite smile and royal wave, the truth is simmering, and Meghan's name keeps circling like smoke no one can clear. Now, here's the part that stings the most. Meghan built her empire on the idea of authenticity. She told us she was a truth teller, a survivor, a woman silenced by the crown, but brave enough to speak out. Yet when it comes to this, her alleged first daughter, her teenage entanglement, her bloodline, she's silent. Silent in a way that feels more like strategy than strength. And the public? They're not buying the silence anymore. They're connecting dots, raising eyebrows, and asking uncomfortable questions. Was Meghan's past rewritten? Did money exchange hands to keep this child hidden? Did her Hollywood to royalty story cut out the most scandalous chapter of all? One thing's certain, these whispers aren't whispers anymore. They've become headlines, and the longer Meghan stays quiet, the louder they'll get. Because, darling, in the world of gossip, silence isn't protection, it's confession. And Meghan Markle's silence is screaming louder than any denial ever could.